day is it? Thursday, 4th of September. And it is 7:43 a.m. and I've got the ball running, so I may have to run when the ball finishes. Filling everything up. They're having pony breakfast. We've got Zara and Toki having their little bit of hay, and we've got Ellie over at the back here having her bit of hay. We'll see how we go. And it's a nice morning. We've got a few clouds over the back. They're cloud seeding, as you can see, yet again. People don't believe me, but let me tell you, it happens now it's back to every day again, yesterday and today. We're doing cross hatching, so we go up and down, then across. There's already a heap of clouds coming now, so they're going to probably head to the central coast area, which will probably flood again. So they have an agenda there. We'll see how we go with these ponies anyway. I'm going to stand this up here, and I'm going to flip it around so I'm get you to be able to see the horses. I'm going to go and, oh, got no, I'll come back anyway shortly. I've got to go and do the ball. Alright, all good. Bore is finished. All done. I like to get it all done in the morning. During summer, you have to do it morning and afternoon sometimes if it's really, really hot weather. They drink an awful lot. You'll be very careful with your water. You don't want to waste any of it because it dries up and goes very, very quickly. And it will soon be that there isn't any water. If they don't cloud seed, there'll be no water. Probably for the next 3 or 4 months might be just a very dry summer. Might not though, they might do cloud seeding and make it A wet summer. We'll find out. Don't know if this is actually working or not. It looks like it says it's going to work, but then it's not actually working. It's a little bit of a bugger. Optus is not working. Okay. We'll go back on that as well. That's not really working either. You can start to see Zara's dapples coming through slowly. You see those little dapples underneath that coat, that winter coat. It's funny, this camera picks it right up. I can't see it with the naked eye, but the camera picks it up. You can see the dapples through the... Oh yeah, I can see when I'm a little closer. She's going to be gorgeous this year. She's going to have a nice, rich colour. You can see that really dark colour under her neck there. She's going to go quite dark this year. And buckies get darker as they get older with their coat. So you get lighter on their winter coat and darker on their summer coat. Well, she does. And she's the first buckskin I've had. And he's doing, well, he's just looking really red. Miss Ellie, not much has happened overnight with her coat. She's still looking that marbly, chocolate fudgy. Someone said it yesterday. I don't know, walnut chocolate or something. They said, I think it was walnut. Camera makes it look a bit darker, but she actually looks a lot lighter in person. Camera doesn't really pick up the colours that I'm seeing. She's not as dark as that. There we go. Now you can see it. Hit that there. Oh, I can see what you see now. I couldn't see before what you guys could see. Yeah, it's a bit of a... Can be a little bit challenging. These modern devices, how to figure them out. I'm an old person, so come from a different time. There were no computers back in my day, unless you were super rich. Even when I was working, when I was a teenager, when I left home and started working, back then you had to punch in on the cash register everything. There was no scanning or anything. Everything was done by hand. They did have conveyor belts, but that was about it. And you had to figure the change out yourself sometimes. And if the cash register went down, you just added it all up yourself. It was such a... you knew how to do it. You knew how to do everything back then. People are very... Well, it's not that they're not intelligent, but their intelligence is based around a computer screen nowadays. Whereas the older people, their intelligence is based around physical and mental memory. Now you've got a computer that does everything for you. You don't really need to remember things because you just, calculators and things like that. I love mathematics. Mathematics is one of the things I truly liked learning. When I finally got to go to school and learn mathematics, I was so stoked. I like grids and patterns. And as a result, I then like things like puzzles and music and things like that because of the patterns and grids inside of it. All of it's really based around the mathematical thing. Miss Ellie is having a chompy Elle. You can see she's starting to marble up a lot more around the belly edge. I'm getting some spots there now. We're starting to get some spots coming through. It's a bit like a peacock. She's almost got like a peacock Appaloosa up the top parts in some bits. Oh, the peacock Appaloosas are beautiful. If you've never seen a peacock Appaloosa, look it up. They're the most beautiful coated horse I've ever seen. I don't think there's anything that is anything like them, apart from the Arabian horses that look like they're glass, made of glass. They actually don't have a pigment, and they have clear hair fibres, which makes them look shiny. Teki Tahul, or whatever it's called, Teki something. Can't remember what it's called. They're beautiful. But if you look up a peacock Appaloosa, a lot of people didn't even realise they exist. They're the most stunning coats you'll ever see. And you can see on her back leg there the spotting, and then she goes down into the dark and back to a white. And she's got a lot of that winter coat. Once that comes out, she should be darker underneath. That's how she went last year. Might be darker. I like her mottled colours. I think she's really a very beautiful horse. She's got beautiful conformation, and she's really nice to ride. Her canter is beautiful. I've just got to be a bit more confident when doing it. I'm actually going to try out my daughter's saddle on her, probably not today, maybe tomorrow, and see if it actually fits again. Now she's filling out a bit more. It's a beautiful wade roping saddle. It's beautiful, but it's a little wide. It was a little wide on her, so we'll have to wait and see whether or not it's too wide still. But she seems to be thickening up a bit, and like her top end is starting to thicken up a bit, so it may actually fit now. It's a beautiful saddle. Oh, yeah, don't pull your face at me. Don't do it. She's pulling her face at me. She knows I'm not going to steal her dinner. I don't know why she's done that. You've got to have somebody to boss about, don't you? So I've got to have someone. If I can't boss the others around. She looks really choppy today. I feel like she's been in a blender. Or some kind of kid's finger painting. All the mud and the weird coat. But yeah, she's a gorgeous girl. My daughter's decided, after having Ellie for the last 3.5, 4 years, that well, it'll be 4 years in January actually, 3.5 years, that she's going to get on her very soon. So that's exciting. There's Miss Zara chewing away. And look how the colour underneath her winter coat, that dark colour, that's what she's going to look like once all this coat comes off, with those beautiful dapples. She has the summer dapples. My friend's horse has the winter dapples and the summer plain coat. And it's interesting how some of them do it reverse. So I'd prefer to have the dapples in the summer. So I think it's a lot more stunning, but the winter coat on Zara is pretty average and pretty boring. Basic. She's a beautiful girl. Oh, bend myself down a bit further so we can see them up a bit closer on the ground. Watch how they eat. Munching away. Yeah, lovely. It's amazing when you watch them how they chew, all the parts of their mouth that moves and all the little bits that pull in and pull out the muscles. It's really fascinating to watch. And they get to try out. We get a farrier coming tomorrow, and see what he thinks of them. They may give him a bit of a test. Zara likes to test new farriers a little bit. Ellie's pretty good. Ellie's pretty accepting. But Zara likes to test them. Their feet aren't bad, but I just want to get them, I want to keep them to where they're good more regularly, especially as this girl's getting older, because the weather's changing. We want to keep them in good condition as much as we possibly can. Preventative measures are far better than having to fix something, so it's good to always keep your horses fit. Yes, darling. Good day, darling. Hello, baby. She says, what are you holding there? I'm talking to anybody who's listening and to myself. Don't you talk to yourself sometimes? It's pretty ordinary for people to talk to themselves. And seeing as how it's a live stream, and maybe people want to know some information. So, yeah, is that bothering you? If it's bothering you, there's always a thing called a mute button. You can turn the sound off. You don't have to listen to it. I won't be offended. You right, Chalk Talk, are you right? Oh yeah, I understand. Yeah, there are fake lives. There's a lot of fake people on YouTube, trust me. Even ones who go live can be fake. But there's nothing fake about me and my horses. I do everything. And if I look stupid, I look stupid. It doesn't bother me. I just like doing what I do. And I do it my way. It's the way to go. But yeah, understandable. There are a lot of videos where people are not actually on there. Happens a lot, pre-recorded. But no, I come out usually every day, at least once a day with the horses, either to ride or to do the morning breakfast. I also like to have a chat. There's some people that come on and have a chat, and some people have horses, some people don't. They want to know what to do with them. They want to know what to look for and things like that. So yeah, it's and some people probably do get annoyed with me talking. I have had people actually tell me to shut up many times, but I just tell them there is a mute button. It's okay. Chill, you don't have to worry about it. Press mute. so doesn't matter. Yeah. But I hope everyone's having a good morning. Now this girl's going to probably say to him, move out the way in a minute if he keeps on getting in the way. She's been pretty patient this morning. Some days she's not. And cloud seeding's getting worse. Look at that. Big cloud seeding lines. They're cloud seeding all over the place. And there's the one that they did before I showed earlier. And look at the fake clouds. Fake clouds everywhere. Fake, fake, fake. It's a bit like YouTube. A lot of fakery in the sky. It's ridiculous. No one believed me. 10 years ago when I first moved out here, I used to say to people, they're putting fake clouds in the sky, and everybody thought I was mad. And I said, look up, look up, look up. And now everybody's looking up and they're going, oh yeah, you're right. It took about 6 or 7 years for people to really, truly look up and listen to what I was saying. Now they're noticing it. I've even been talking to some farmers lately that I've met. And I've said to them, do you notice the cloud seeding? They have no idea. They've been out here for years. I said, watch the sky. They're like, oh, we're too busy doing our work. I said, yeah, but just look up. Once a day, look up a couple of times. You'll see it. Definitely there, you can clearly see it. And you can see the grid patterns. So he's done 1, 2, 3 grids across that way, and then one across this way, and he'll probably come back and do a second one. Then there's one across this way too. So he's trying to organise it to go somewhere. Now there's no wind right now, but I would bet my life on it we're going to have a wind that blows in that direction within a couple of hours, and all these clouds will go flying down there, and that will be bang. It'll get to the coast and it'll flood everybody again like it did last week, and it'll just keep happening. That's what happens. It's pretty crappy, very bad. They won't tell us what's in the cloud seeding. Here she goes. She says, move over, buddy. I'm very excited to see their winter coats come off, but I want them to stay a little bit longer because we've been still having cold, frosty mornings. But look at this boy here. We are getting, just with my hand, we're still getting quite a bit coming off. He's really got a thick coat. He's like he's got more, so he's a miniature, but he's got more of a Shetland pony in him. A little bit of Shetland. Well, he's probably about 10% Shetland. The rest is mini, but he's got the proportions of a full miniature. The Shetlands are different, so he's got a nice, really thick coat. I actually discovered I can make rope out of this hair, which I didn't realise. I've been doing them for years on end, and I never thought anything about it. And then I just sat there one day twisting the wool around and went, oh, I can actually make rope. This is pretty cool. Papa, you're going to get bitten? My silly dog is getting a bit stupid with the horse. Papa, ah! The horse, she'll bite them. She's challenging the dogs. Yeah, she'll hurt them too. Ellie, leave the pup alone. Papa? Yeah, I don't like it when they play up like this. Yeah, Gracie, that's it. Same with me. If I hug Zara, I look like I've got a white jumper on. You being a good boy? I just want him not to go near her because Ellie here likes to bite that cone of his. She went after him yesterday. He was sitting right near the round yard over there and had his head right there, and she went over there. Lucky she has to turn sideways to put her head through, and he had time to move. But she would have bit him. It wouldn't have been fun at all. And she's having a drink. drink of water. Yeah, bathtubs are good because these ones are really good because when it's summer out here, they keep the water nice and cool. A lot of people think the cast iron bathtubs will make the water hot, but they actually keep it cool. And they do a great job. The only problem is they can be very heavy to move if you need to move them somewhere else, but they're a good little solution, and it saves them going in the landfill and being wasted. Although a lot of people are wanting to buy old bathtubs now for the sake of actually putting them in their houses now. They've become trendy again. Some people are paying $400 or $500 for a bathtub, so it's hard to get a hold of one. Look, she's going to tell him to bugger off. She says, don't you dare. He says, I'm going to come around and see what I can get. Yeah, you have a go at me. You go at him. I'm not taking your dinner. Silly girl. The other thing that's good is the old, if you can get the plastic drums and cut them in half, you get a good feed bin. You use the bottom half, if you keep the lid on it, you can use the bottom half as a feed bin, and the top half is a feed bin and the bottom half as a water container. One of the breakers around here, he uses all the old blue barrels, and they work really well. They do deteriorate, but they last about 10, 15 years before they break down. So they're pretty good to use. My friend's got a spa bath, an old spa bath that she uses. Puts it in the corner, it's a corner spa, she puts it in the corner of the paddock. Good way to keep the corner chopped up. And that's a good idea. If I find one second hand for a couple of bucks, I'll do it. People are wanting $50 for a bathtub. Okay, so Ellie here is, she's just about to turn 5 in October. He's already 5. He was 5 in, I think it was July, mid-July. She's 5 in the 15th of October. And she is 16 in October as well. So she'll be 16 in October. They're both October babies. And she was the 4th foal of the year when she was born. So she's a 2009 baby. Very soon you'll be able to see her her brands that she's got on her. She was the 4th foal in 2009 and born in October. And then I've got 31-year-old Henry, who is a standard bred. He's over the back end. And then I've got Fire, who we estimate is around 10 to 12, based on her teeth. I can sort of see, but I think she's actually half a donkey. I think she's a hinny. She has hinny's teeth. She has a hinny shape, a big barrel on her, and she's the size of a donkey. So I think she's a hinny, which is it's kind of like a mule. But a mule is where the horse is the mother and the donkey is the father. Hinny is where the donkey is the mother and the horse is the father. So the donkey, the foal never gets any bigger than the size of a donkey. I'm pretty sure that's what this girl I've got is. She looks just like one, acts like one, and she kicks like a donkey. So it's a good chance that she is actually a hinny. Thanks, Gracie. Mum's got a farm, she bought a bathtub for £15. Yeah? Starting a rescue for rabbits, guinea pigs and hamsters. Well, that's awesome. It's good. If you're rescuing animals, that's a really kind thing to do. Because there are a lot of animals out there that need it. And as a matter of fact, a lot of my animals are rescues. And animals that are hard to deal with. So all my horses are difficult horses. They're not easy horses. And that's why they're with me, because I've got patience. But the only easy horse I have that's really easy is Henry, but we don't ride him anymore. We retired him about 5 years ago. He was a really good, just basic, easy horse. This girl's easy if you take her out on the trail ride. She's fantastic, but you've got to be experienced to be on her. She has an Arabian mindset, which means she likes to go super quick. She can go all day. She's got good stamina. Hey Aussie, how you doing? Yeah, they're looking good. They're coming once they get into this summer, their summer coat. They're going to be. She's going to be absolutely gorgeous. This girl, this year. Every year she gets darker and darker, and those dapples are going to like stand right out. So she'll look a bit really dappley. She's going to have really nice caramel colour, and then the dappled coat. Now here we go. Here's the dynamic. Now watch what her ears are doing. Watch her ears. Look at her face. Here she goes. She goes storming in. She says, "Back off, everybody," and she starts to put that head to the side and says, "Back off." Now Ellie's going to probably come over and tell me all about it, or she might actually have a go at him. Oh no, he's telling her. He's saying to her, "You go away." What's up, Elle? I'm telling you off. How are you getting bossed at? Oh, you're getting cranky. She's starting to get sick of being bossed around, and she's really upset about it all. Oh yeah, Zara's been the boss all along, apart from when she got hurt. She got an injury, and Ellie took over for a couple of days, and then Zara came back and got back in. Grown up around Shetlands, getting a couple of miniature Shetlands. Oh, cool. Yeah. I like miniature Shetlands. I like all the. A lot of people think he's a Shetland. He's got a little bit of Shetland in him, but only about 10%. In the lines, he's a Royal Easter Show line. So his mum, her mum won the Royal Easter Show in the miniature horse section, and he's bred from those lines. But he was basically, the lady had like over 100 ponies on about 10 acres, just ridiculous, and no feed or anything, out in the middle of nowhere, no feed. And my farrier at the time, who's moved away, he said to me, "I've got a couple of minis here," because he knew I can break them into cart. And he said, "There's some minis over here. Do you want to take some? They're rescues. If you can just give a little bit of money for them so we can buy some hay for the ones that are still there." He was rescuing them all. So I took two. I took a buckskin that looked just like her, and then I took this little fella. The buckskin, I broke him into saddle and cart. He was a 4-year-old, and he was wild and crazy. And broke him into cart and saddle, and he went off to a lovely family with 2 little girls who really got the pony of the century really out of him. He was fantastic. He used to come in the house. He used to go in the music studio. You could play drums around him and everything. He'll just stand there quietly. The mini before him that I had was a stallion. I broke him into cart. He used to go to the old people's home in the town nearby and go there for breakfast and stuff. And he used to walk through the kitchen, through the tables when people were eating their breakfast, and they'd all have a pat. I don't know why they wanted us to do it at breakfast time, but they were happy to do it. And then we used to go up there for the Melbourne Cup and things like that. So he was a great little stallion. I lost all the horses when the drought hit, and the only one I was able to really retain was Zara. So you've been picked for jury duty. Okay, Gracie, thanks for dropping by. I haven't done it. I got picked so many times, but because I had small children, I didn't have to go. And I had kids with disabilities, but I haven't been picked ever since then. Last time I was picked, I would have been probably about 15 years ago. But I got picked about 6 times. 6 years in a row, they kept on sending me jury duty. I actually wanted to do it, and when I had to fill out, they ask you all stuff about yourself. And when I said I had children, they were like, "Oh no, if you're a stay-at-home mum with children and that's who looks after the kids, then no, you don't have to do it." But I think it would be interesting to do it. Sometimes years ago I used to go and sit at the local court and just watch the cases going on, and you can see how it's not a fair system at all. It really is about money. It really is. It's not great. Sometimes they get it right, but sometimes they get it wrong, and sometimes, you know, people get harsher punishment because they don't have money, and those who have money and good lawyers get less of a punishment for doing a lot more than what the others do. So I didn't find it a very pleasant system as far as that went, but it was interesting to sit and just listen to cases. And there was a silly case. There was a case where a man had cut a lock on, it was a farm incident. There was a farmer and his neighbour, and the neighbour claimed that there was an access way through to his farm, so he was being landlocked. So he got bolt cutters and cut the lock off, and basically he was being charged with trespassing and property damage. And he was lucky. He got a really good judge. When the judge realised there had been like years and years this laneway had been left, and so therefore it was not actually owned by anybody. It was actually owned by the council, and it was a fire trail, but this neighbour had blocked it off and claimed it as their own. So it ended up, they ended up, the dude had to buy the other dude a new padlock, but the other dude was told to put a fence up, or else his animals would escape. If the other guy had to use the gate, the other guy could come and go from the gate if he pleased and whatnot, and they ordered it. And it was really interesting how it ended up. So at first it looked as if the guy with the bolt cutters was the bad one, but it actually ended up that the other dude was actually the bad one, tormenting the guy with the bolt cutters, stopping him from getting to his own house. It was ridiculous. But it happens. It gets a bit nasty out on the land sometimes. Or, well, tell them that, and they'll excuse you. Just tell them that, and they'll excuse you. If you say to them it can affect your mental health, they can't force you to do jury duty. You just get a letter from a doctor, and they can't force you. That's what I would be doing. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to. If it was a bad case, I wouldn't want to either. It would affect me. Depends what the case is. It's a shame they can't tell you what the case is, like give you an idea. It could just be something silly like someone shoplifting, or it could be something, you know, like drink driving or something, and they're fighting the charges. It could be a really easy, basic thing that just takes 10 minutes, or it could go on for weeks on end. You never know. No. I don't think anybody wants to sit through that kind of stuff. Now watch this too. These two are going to have it out. Watch this. She's coming. Oh no, he's going to run away. He says, I'm not dealing with her. She's going to come up. Silly girl. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to hear anything like that either. I wouldn't want to hear anything to do with anything that's violent, where somebody gets injured in a violent way. I wouldn't want to be on the jury for that. Some people apparently love it and love to do it, but I wouldn't want to do it. Oh God. All right, I've got to start getting ready. I've got to head out. Head out and go and work on the anxiety today. I've got a therapy session with the anxiety lady, and it'll be good. I've just got to get in the car and make myself drive to town, which I will do. Sometimes I want to go to town, but very rarely. Most of the time I don't want to go to town. But today I'm feeling like I can get into town pretty well without too much drama. But if you're worried, psychologically, if you're worried, just let them know, and they'll drop you from the list straight away. So they don't want anybody who's going to be psychologically affected, because that's, you know, it's not beneficial to the case. If you're being heavily affected, it's going to be too hard to make a decision properly. They basically need emotionless people. They should actually put very emotionless people on there in the jury. People that don't have emotions so much, that are just surface people. I think that would work better. You know, people who just live on the surface and don't get too deep into emotions, they would make better jurors. They'd be more logical and reasoning logically rather than emotionally. I would not make a good jury person, because I would be too emotionally invested in things. Is my counselling free? Mine comes through victim services. I was given lifetime counselling through victim services due to what happened in my childhood. So I do get it for free, but I only get a certain amount. I don't get endless counselling. I get it each year. I get a certain amount of times a year, but it's a lot. Like it's like 20. I think it's like 20 visits a year, which is every couple of weeks pretty much, which is really good. I don't do it every single fortnight. At the moment, I'm just starting with a new lady. I had a really good counsellor a few years ago, Greg Tyra, but he died. But I've got this new lady, and she seems really, really good. She's really good with the anxiety stuff. She specialises in it, and that is what I need to work with, the anxiety. Just so I can enjoy my life a bit more with the horses and stuff. I just want to be able to get on and not feel like I'm going to die every 5 seconds. Yeah, you don't want to do a jury duty with a sociopath or something like that, or a psychopath. That would be pretty crazy. It would be a very big mind game. They would be playing mind games in the court. You would be bamboozled by them. They'd probably convince you that they were sane or something, and then you'd let them off, and then you'd be sitting there for the rest of your life wondering why you let them off. Yeah, you can't be an empath. I don't think you could have too much compassion as a juror. I think you've just got to get rid of compassion, empathy and everything, and just be logical. That's what I would be doing. Oh, it'd do me good to get out anyway. Be around humans. I need to. Chickens and horses don't really, I mean, they speak in their own way, but they don't really have a massive conversation with you. Their conversation is limited to get out of my space or feed me. That's pretty much it. And it's good having those conversations with them. But anxiety-wise, they can't do much for me apart from, well, they do help me in the sense that I challenge myself around them and with them. So the cognitive behaviour therapy part of it works with them. They're brilliant for that. And just when you're stressed and you come up and you just do just going to touch the horse and just relax yourself. Here comes mini monster. Then that's a good part of them. Therapy-wise, they're good for that. But of course, you really need to, if you're like me and you have it severe, a lot of hay there. Woo! Big hay truck. Oh, that's thousands and thousands of dollars worth of hay there. Those bales are probably, those big square bales are probably $400 each. He's got about 25 of them on there, so that's about $10,000 worth of hay. I know where he's probably going. Yeah, I know who he's going to. That's about 10 grand's worth of hay there. Hay's expensive. I got this new hay now from this really cool family, lovely family. They got great kids. They're like how I raised my kids. Their kids just are good. They're good farm kids. Very polite, very decent, very helpful. And I noticed that the parents gave the kids a lot of encouragement when they were doing the right thing. It was really cool to see, because I don't see a lot of that. Ready, Miss Arlie? Off you go. Where are we going? I might actually open, I don't know if I should open the back or not today. Probably not until I get back. I did mow across all there and try to keep that down a bit. Only because the snakes hang around here because there's water. And if you can't see it, well, it's not good. So you want to keep it so you can actually see them if they're slurking through the grass. Because it is snake time now. And, oh, might be able to show you all the way back down the back here. There's the other two horses, Henry and Fire. Henry, Fire, 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 Fire girl. She's such a good little pony to have. She really is good, but look how huge she is. She's getting too fat. I'm gonna have to get her. I'm going to have to get her out of that paddock soon because she can't stay in, or lock her off in the smaller paddock. I need to actually get a hose. I need to buy a hose part today. I've got to remember to go to Bunnings and get it. Fire! Hey, Bobby! That boy's been a bit silly. Yeah, they're mine as well, yeah. Well, Henry's my daughter's, the big fella. And Fire's that little pony I got not long ago, the really petrified pony. But she's a good companion for him, so. She's a lovely, well, I think she's a hinny. I think she's part donkey and part pony, part horse. She has the structural face of a hinny. She kicks like a donkey, and she has a strange neigh as well. So I think she might be a hinny. A couple of people have agreed with me and said, yeah, I think she's a hinny too, but I don't know much about hinnies. I need a hinny expert to come and take a look at her, because she has the teeth of a hinny and the jaw of a hinny. So donkeys and have very different teeth to horses. They have much longer teeth. So their teeth are a lot longer than a horse's teeth. What are these guys doing? Now you watch this naughty Ellie. Oh, she's going to start trouble. You starting trouble? Don't do it. You can see it in her face. She's got that eye of, I'm going to do whatever. Sudie, what are you doing? The dog's getting his cone stuck on something. G'day, Darren. How you doing? So they're watching something over there. I don't know what. Oh, dirty looks from Zara to Ellie. Ellie's going to go over and head down that way. They want me to open that back gate, but I'm not going to open it this morning. She's going to head down there, and Zara's going to watch her. I could stand here all day, literally just talking about them. I love them. You going to go up, Lily? She says, all right, I'm coming. That's Ellie's way of saying I'm in charge. I know we're going. There's something down there. There's something down there that Ellie is thinking about. What is it? Might be a fox or something down the end, maybe. fox or might even be a roost somewhere down there. Fig tree will soon get leaves again. Oh! Oh no, that's a gum tree behind it. I was going to say, is that starting to get leaves, but it's a gum tree. That'll get its leaves again soon, which will give them a bit more nice shade and stuff. I've nearly been on here for an hour. I've got about 9 more minutes before it's been an hour. I like to keep it, I'm going to start making a rule with myself that I keep it to 1 hour when I'm doing it, because I get tired. It gets hot. How's the house hunt going, Aussie? Have you had any more luck again? Have you seen any more? Gone and looked at any more? Now, here she goes. Look at this. See that nod? That nod is not a pleasant nod. That is a get out of my space nod. And here comes Ellie. And Zara says, okay. Ellie says, okay. I'm getting out. Yeah. Egypt, Shalandaya. Hi, how you doing? There's so many birds. It's like being in World War II with the fighter pilots. Look, there's cloud seeding again. There's a bit. Look, we got it in action. Look, there he goes. That is not a commercial jet. That is a cloud-making chemical thing that makes people sick. And I'll start getting crook from the last 2 or 3. See, there's the line there. There it goes. Line there. He think I don't see him. Oh my goodness me. These things are. Yeah, you can't deny it. It's definitely. Someone said to me, "That's just a jet plane." No, it's not. It's not. It turns into clouds. It's not a jet plane. See how the clouds are forming on this one here? That's what it does. It turns into a cloud. And it starts to develop a cloud. And in 5 minutes, that'll be a cloud. Look how quick this one's starting to go. They're actually getting more and more better at doing it. They're getting more better at making the clouds happen faster, I'm noticing. These are not real clouds. This is all just fake. Fake clouds that were put up there by this aeroplane over here. And that's it. People don't believe me, but check it out. It is right in front of you. No denying. All those ones across, you can still see the crosses from the cross thatching. They've moved a little bit that way. Oh, there's a heap of rosellas. The rosellas there. Nice little birds. I also saw an eastern rosella yesterday, and I saw this red and blue parrot yesterday that was beautiful. And I saw Happy, well, one of Happy's relatives, my king parrot that comes around every year. I saw one of them yesterday too. Back over here again. Yeah, he's going all the way across the darn sky this time. That's a massive cloud he's making. They want to rain on someone. Probably the Central Coast. Watch the news for the Central Coast. Central Coast will start flooding in the next day or two. Again, they just flooded. They just finished flooding now. I've been seeing them in England too. There's been a lady that puts up her cloud seeding in England, and a fellow, and people think they're crazy, but they're not. It really does happen. No one looks at the sky anymore. They've got their head in the telephone, see? Got to look up. It's amazing what you learn when you look up to the sky. Look at it. It's already got cloud, baby. Look. Oh gosh, I've got to show you this. Look, see? It's spreading itself out and becoming a cloud. Now look how big this one is. It's being a cloud because that cloud's actually, it looks like a Space Challenger disaster cloud. But it probably is a disaster, we just don't know it. They said that there's no planes in the sky. I rang the Federal Aviation Authority and said, what the hell are they spraying? I'm getting sick. Every time they spray, I'm getting sick. They said, well, we're not spraying anything that's not close to sky. Then they told me to ring the army. Then they told me to ring the Air Force and the army and ask them. Of course, they didn't answer me. They don't tell civilians anything. This was years ago. It's like, I showed them a newspaper clip and everything. I'm like, oh, this is me today with the Today newspaper showing you, like I did a little live video and then sent it to her on an email. I said, do you see the plane? She said, I see it, but it's not there. I was like, don't screw with me. We both know it's there. Find out who knows what that plane's spraying, because it's not good. It also affects the grass out here, and it kills off the good grass, and all you get is weeds that grow. Not good. Nobody seems to worry about it but me. I seem to be the only person who seems to care about it in Australia. I haven't met anybody else who talks about cloud seeding apart from me. Although my friend down the road, she now understands that cloud seeding is real, because I pointed it out to her, and she'll actually now call me and say they're cloud seeding again. Like, yeah. Here he goes again. There's another one. Look at him. Hey. Oh, you bugger. Look at this bugger. Spraying toxic stuff in the sky. People think it's silver oxide they're spraying, but it's not. I don't think it is. It's making people sick. The level of cancers out here is crazy. And of course I'm outside all the time, so these sometimes they spray really low, and then you feel it. I've actually had it where they sprayed so darn low, I actually felt it. It felt like droplets coming down on me. It's making a cloud already. That's a cloud now. Look at this side. Hang on, where is it? Look how that is now. It was a line a minute ago. Look at all the crisscross cloud. Here we go. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Not good. What's my view on daylight savings? For the farmers, I wish they wouldn't do it. I wish they'd just not do it. I think it buggers the farmers up. And of course, now that I'm out where the farmers are, and I know a lot of farmers, I think it's a bit of a bugger for them. It buggers them up a bit. But ultimately, it really is just a pretentious fast forwarding of the time. It's not even real. You're just pretending that you're going forwards in time. The day is still exactly the same. What it does is it makes the workday end earlier by an hour, so you've got more daylight time when you get home. That's a good thing if you're someone who works. It's good for that. But as far as the farmers go, it stuffs them up, because the time frames that they're on, and then the time frames that the rest of the world is on, don't match up. Although it is getting a little bit better as time goes by now. It's starting to get a bit better. Yeah? Oh, I'm at 1 minute in about 30 seconds. 1 hour, I mean, not 1 minute. Oh, did ya? I used to be friends with a Jehovah's Witness. He was an older fella. He used to knock on my door. He knew I wasn't into religion, but he used to knock on my door anyway, and we used to have a good chat. He's a lovely fellow. He said, do you mind if I keep coming back? I won't preach to you. I just like you. You're a nice person. I said, yeah, you can come back. I came back for about 3 years. I was at that house and he kept coming back. He was a nice fella. Him and his wife comes sometimes, and sometimes he would come with his son. There's a whole family of them. He was like in his 70s. He's probably passed on now. He'd have to be in his 80s by now. He was nice. Oh, that's good. They're very nice people. But then, I mean, this is the thing. Is it a cult? Or is it, well, I don't think it's it's an organised religion. I don't think it's a cult, but it is an organised religion. They have some strange views on things, but I find them to be pleasant people for the most part. I've had other ones where they've, like the Mormons. Oh my goodness, I had this Mormon come once on a push bike. There was 2 of them. One was on a push bike, one was walking. I thought, that's odd. Why are you walking and why are you on a push bike? But he just mustn't like push bikes, the other dude. He was a bit chubby. He probably just didn't feel like he could ride. But he must have been holding up the one on the push bike, because he was walking his push bike most of the time. But they had some really strange ideas. I was saying stuff about black people coming from a different planet and all this stuff. It was weird. I'm like, my kids are half Samoan. Be careful what you're saying to me. Just be careful. Be careful. Don't go down that track. They still did. And I said to them, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with that. I think it's rubbish. And I think if there is a God, the God isn't going to penalise people because of their skin colour. That would be really, really, really evil and vile of them. So it doesn't make any sense that the God that you're talking about and the book that you're reading has that kind of thing. It's quite racist. Actually, Mormons are quite racist when you look at their religion. But they will accept black people into the Mormon church. There are black Mormons. They will accept it. But they have to sort of, there's a lot of conditions around it that, and I'm like, what about half black people? What about half people? You know, what about them? What planet were they coming from? They didn't have an answer for that one. They couldn't tell me what planet that was. They knew what the planet the other ones came from. It was just a strange-ass religion. It's so weird. What are you doing? Yeah, Samoans are usually Christians. Talofa wa mai oi, if you are Samoan watching. Their response would be something like, Manui au papatai. I learned a little bit of Samoan over the years. Not very good at it though. I do like their music though. They have some beautiful island music. I was subjected for years to a lot of Samoan music, and initially I thought, oh, this is very slow. But then I started really getting into it, and I liked it. And there's this one, Tossi, something, something. It's like a happy song. It's like a Tossi, something or other. It's a weird song, but I used to like that one too. It was pretty cool. Here comes Miss Ellen in major passport. Oh, you're having a scratch. It's a clever way to do it. Miss Ellen. How they can get around there. They can get around pretty easily. This is what you do. What are you doing, Elle? Anyway, guys, I really have to go. It's nearly 10 to 9 and I've got to be getting into town or I'm going to miss my appointment with this lovely lady I'm going to see. And hopefully I'll do some kind of weird activity today. Last time I had to draw circles in different directions on a big giant blackboard. And then I drew a brain accidentally. I drew my actual brain, even with all the holes in it and everything. Everything that was wrong was there. And I said to her, oh my God, that looks like my brain scan. And she was like, yes, it's because your subconscious is making you do your brain, kind of thing. And I was like, oh, cool. That's pretty cool. It was an interesting thing. I didn't try that before. Drawing squiggles. I felt like Mr. Squiggle. It was really weird. I love Mr. Squiggle. I'm trying to remember the theme song. Mr. Squiggle, lots of fun for everyone. Mr. Squiggle, the man from the moon. You can see something, something, something. Mr. Squiggle, the man from the moon. And the blackboard, the angry blackboard. He was funny on Mr. Squiggle. Hey Tara, how you doing? You're coming from the Impact Channel. Welcome. Yeah, I hope everyone has a good day. I've gone 6 minutes and 29 seconds over my time, so I best get moving. But I hope everyone has a really good day, and I'll probably later on this afternoon I may come in. If all these fake clouds don't cause me to be flooding. Look at that cloud now. Look at that. It's moved across. Now it's right above me. Oh, see, I'll tell you, it's not. I'm not imagining these things. Look at the lines. See, it's true. Cloud seeding happens here every day, just about. They had a couple of weeks away. There's some more over there. Look, I'm obsessed with it. I've got to stop worrying about cloud seeding. I know, it's crazy. No one believes me. I'm pretty sure the government wouldn't like that I'm showing this. They'd probably be cranky about it. But, I mean, anyone can look up in the sky and see it. It's not like it's unseeable, but people don't seem to notice it. So, he's pretty bad at doing a straight line. I should report him to the Triple Aviation Authority, or whatever it's called, and say he can't drive straight. He can't fly straight. He's flying all over the place. That does look like the Space Challenger blowing up, doesn't it, with the sun behind it? That's what it looks like. That was pretty bad, that Challenger disaster. There was the Columbia and then the Challenger. Challenger had the teacher and a couple of people that were normal people on board, and then a couple of astronauts. But look at that. That looks like a crazy thing. Okay, well, oh, here he comes. I'll report him for driving drunk, flying drunk flying. He probably is. He's probably high on the chemicals he's spraying on everybody. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh dear. I want to know who the pilot is. I hope he watches YouTube and comes across this channel. You can tell me what he's spraying, because no one else wants to tell me. Don't you nip. You've been nipping lately. That's very naughty. Nipping is naughty. She says, no, scratch my butt, Mum. See, she can park right next to me. There you go. All right, I've got to go. Okay, guys, have a lovely day. Thanks, Tara, for dropping in. They are nice horses. Yeah, they're lovely. See if I can find you again. And everyone have a great day. And Aussie, I hope you find a house or something soon. Just wait a little bit longer. Things might change in a couple of months. We might be down to about the 4% mark in the interest rate. So bye for now, guys. Take care and be kind to each other. Bye.